Hello, that's Mr. Hornsby83. Welcome to the Mr. Hornsby83 show. Today I am doing my long-awaited review of the Hall of Champions Series 2 Ron Simmons figure. I'm going to talk about the figure, and then I'm going to talk about the two accessories that comes with it. But the main thing I'm going to talk about is this freaking belt. Because I got a major gripe about it. And I'll talk about it here in a sec. Anyway, Sting figures here, so I can make my point about the gripe. Same with the Wings Eagle belt, thing. Anyway, get the thing out of the way. That's the freaking the Ron Simmons figure. It's a pretty good figure. Looks dead on him at that time frame. This was like right after he had left Doom and ventured out on his solo career. I don't know if they initially had a plan for Ron Simmons to actually win the championship, but he was getting a major push at the time, so yeah. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about the headband. Now, yes, I kind of remember Ron Simmons from this time frame, but I was not watching too much WCW at the time frame when they were really pushing Ron. And I was mainly watching main characters like, Sting and Ric Flair, but Ric Flair was in WWE at the time when he became champion. The figure looks good though. His freaking, the height of him, the way they make the figure look built the way it is, Also, he is considered, even though he is considered the first African American to be a world champion. Well, I think in an American promotion, probably. Probably an American promotion, but I'm pretty sure other promotions that wasn't in America may have had an African American champion. The movement's good. All that. I think they made him a little too tall though, because I think Sting's like 6'2", 6'3", and I think Ron Simmons was like, what, around the same height? Maybe he was 6'3", 6'4". I don't know. But he's a little bit taller than the Sting figure here. Let's swap around though. And he's still about an inch taller than Sting, so I don't know. Maybe he was 6'3", 6'4". But yeah. I do know he was wearing this headband when he won the championship. The only thing is, though, when he won the championship, this was not the gear he was wearing. Yeah, he wore this gear a lot, but he had, I think a black pair of tights on. His boots were still white with the RS, but I think he had a black pair of tights on when he won the championship from Vader. Got his little Ron Simmons logo thing there. And that's one thing I always critique Mattel about. Is how, some of these guys that were super jacked, Mattel really doesn't capture how jacked they were because they freaking, for whatever reason, they don't. Now, they did now in more recent years, especially with the elites, they've, kind of gotten how jacked these guys are. But, overall, I like the Ron Simmons figure. But, he could be a perfect 5 out of 5 had it not been for this. First of all, this was a smaller belt. The strap was not as long as they made it. I think that was dumb they made it that long. And it looks like they put all the main effort into. Now, yes, it does look like the belt with the detail. The only problem is they they made it a little bit taller instead of wide like this, which is totally stupid. And check this out. Winged Eagle belt, right? That belt was a very tiny belt. This belt was a little bit bigger than that belt. Look at that. Boom, close up. Look at that crap. What is with that, Mattel? What is your... Why couldn't you get it right, Mattel? Why? Why couldn't you get it freaking right? It should have been more this size. I think this size was a little bit closer to the size of the final version of the ECW Championship that ECW used. And then WWE did when they first revived ECW. But maybe a little bit smaller than that. But not as freaking small as this. The Winged Eagle should not be freaking bigger than this freaking belt. Honestly. The Winged Eagle, and yeah, even though with this, when I sit them down, size comparison, only because of the strap does this belt have a slight edge over it. How do you botch this up? The first time Mattel has made a WCW championship. Like I said, all the details are good, but the freaking size is really screwed up on it. I mean, it's stupid. Another issue I got does have to do with the freaking strap being so long. I mean, you know, and the way they put it in the packaging and that, it's so freaking flimsy. You can't even sit the freaking thing like this on the shoulders properly, because they freaking screwed that up too. Anyway, I will show you a big issue with this though. It's still a little too loose. When the belt is on the final prongs of the championship, it should not be even a little loose. It should be very tight. It's still loose and wobbly. Put it on Sting now. Sting held this belt too. This version of the WCW title. And overall, I think where they botched up, because it looks like pretty much until the part where they botched up, they did everything right on this thing. I mean, look, it should not be that freaking loose on Sting like that. But, you know. But, you know, I think where they botched up was more toward the top part, because they made the freaking top part here. That's what made it so small, was that. It looks like, and had they, you know, stretched this just an inch more on both sides, or had this a little bit further down, it probably would have been freaking better. I mean, I don't get how Mattel botched something people have been wanting for a long time. Now, this isn't the big gold WCW championship, which they still have yet to make the big gold WCW championship. When they do make the big gold championship, it's usually the WWE version. And it's very irritating. You've seen my opinions on the situation with, you know, the WWE version. Not only can you tell is the plate smaller, but the side plates and everything are different. You know, the side plates on the WCW version of the Big Gold was a more squarish like, where the WWE versions, which I've done plenty of compare videos with the Jackson and Mattel versions of the World Heavyweight title, more square with the WCW version, and the top was bigger. It was bigger on top. And, you know, when WWE retooled the belt so they put the logo, they made the top part small. They put a smaller piece on the top of that belt. But other than that, Ron Simmons figure looks good. Very disappointed with this now. Bill said, "Oh, I just recently resculpted a championship belt." Bill said, "I just resculpted another WWE championship that's going to be a WCW championship." Now, he didn't say what it was. I don't know if it's a cruiserweight belt, if it's if it's a big gold belt, if it's the freaking US title, if maybe they're gonna make the WCW tag titles, and if they do, they need to make both versions. The ones they did in the early 90s, and then the ones they had at the end of the 90s into the 2000s. But yeah, the freaking Winged Eagle should not be wider than this freaking belt, or even look bigger with the straight up size comparison to it. Should have been better sculpted. I like the piece they put in the middle for the globe. And like I said, other than that, other than what they botched up on, the belt was alright. The detailing's good. The strap is way too long. So if they retool and they remake this belt, hopefully they freaking work on that and improve it. Because right now, it's just ridiculous what they did with the belt. Anyway. So, what is my final score after all that? The figure's good. I'm very disappointed in the belt. And the belt is going to get this thing a 3.5 out of 5. Gets the figure a 3.5 out of 5. Plus, it wasn't, he was wearing the black tights when he won the championship, so the fact that they have him in the blue ones instead of black tights also hurt it a little, but about to fall. That's another problem, he don't stand too well sometimes. Have to frickin' do leg work with it. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in this figure, because the main reason why everybody got the freaking figure was this belt. I'm pretty sure a lot of the people, even current collectors who claim they watched it back in the day, had no freaking clue who Ron Simmons was until he showed up in WWE as Farouk. I kind of knew who he was, but like I said, I wasn't paying too much attention to WCW at the time he was champion in that. I remember from the freaking game, there was a WCW game that came out in the 90s, where it had him as champion. So, yeah. 3.5 out of 5 because the belt was very disappointing. He was wearing black tights when he beat Vader for the championship, and this is because this is supposed to be based on the gear they were wearing when they won the championship. I went back and watched that match. He was wearing black tights. And the fact that the belt, that Mattel totally freaking botched it with the belt really ticks me off, because like everyone else, I wanted Ron Simmons. Well, I wanted Ron Simmons because, yeah, I like Ron Simmons. But I also wanted him mainly because of this freaking belt. And Mattel totally botched it. So, thank you, Mattel, for botching something again. You're getting pretty good at that sometimes. Now, like I said, they have improved a lot of the mistakes they have made in the past, but you know what? This is inexcusable, You advertised this thing about a year and a half before you actually put this figure out. In fact, it might have been 2 years ago at a Comic-Con. You unveiled this freaking belt. And you totally had all that time to work on it, and you completely still botched it somehow. How do you freaking botch it? Anyway, and why not... That's something else I want to talk about, too. Why not just freaking make it freaking with this side being the underside and this side being the top to Velcro it on. You know. Thank you, Mattel, for botching again. You did a great job, Mattel. Now, it's inexcusable what the job they did on the figure. Like I said, the body works good. Trunks are inaccurate. And the frickin' belt was botched. Now, looking at it from behind here, and yes, it is taller height-wise. Sitting it right here. It is looking taller than this belt and this belt. But when you freaking measure it up, look at that. Look at how small this looks compared to the freaking Winged Eagle. Honestly, it was not smaller than the freaking Winged Eagle belt. Look at this one. It was not smaller than the Winged Eagle. So either you freaking made this too wide, or you just totally botched this one up. Anyway. Good job, Mattel. My next video will be Thursday, and I decided to ditch vlog Tuesday because when I did the vlog last week, not many people watched, so screw it. I'll do vlogs once in a while like I was doing before. So I'll just do 2 videos a week. But yeah. How do you freaking botch that belt, making it smaller than the freaking Winged Eagle? And that's another problem I have when I eventually review, I don't think I have reviewed it yet. When I eventually have reviewed that Defining Moments Hulk Hogan, I'm going to talk about how you made that freaking belt too freaking big. It should not have been as big as you guys made it. But, anyway, and yeah, and I was talking about, you know, when they actually do make a big gold championship belt, but the WCW version, they should use the same design that Toy Biz used. 1, it's bigger than the freaking WWE version. 2, the one that's in there that I think I used in the WCW figure belt video I did, I think last year or the year before. But you know, you look up WCW figure belts on Google, my videos actually linked to that. So yeah. That was one I did either last year or the year before. I think it was the year before, but you know, maybe not. Might have been last year. But yeah, just make the Toy Biz design when you make the big gold. Even making it the big flat thing like freaking Toy Biz did. Just put some banner detail on it. Like put the freaking Rosie banner behind it. Put the Rosie banner on the side plates. You know. And Mattel wonders why, so many people give them so much freaking hate when they freaking make botches like this with freaking title belts. They're great at detailing them. And then when they make botches when he was wearing black tights when he freaking beat Vader for the championship. Not freaking blue. Just like when they freaking botched the Sting, and yes, this is the one with the laces, because that was the only one I could find at the time. Sting with the laces. But that's how Mattel is. Yes, they do great work when they actually work hard on something. But, or when they actually take time to actually do the research, because honestly, I don't think they did the research on this freaking belt, or when he freaking beat Vader for the championship. They got the freaking Batista right in the Hall of Champions part, in the Hall of Champions Series 1. They got, that's another thing too, the Eddie Guerrero that they came out with in Hall of Champions Series 1. I don't remember him having the freaking Cruiserweight title in that attire you put him in. But the Batista they did right, the Undertaker they did right. Undertaker was wearing that gear when he won the tag team titles with the Big Show. It's just infuriating that you botch his freaking belt up. You botch it up. Good job, Mattel. He was wearing black tights. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, that'll do it. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. If you want to see me rant on some other mistake that Mattel's made with figure belts. Over the years I've done plenty of them, but I have praised them a lot too. So, for those who say, oh, you're just a Mattel hater, no. I've praised them a lot, as much as I've criticized them about stuff. So, there you go. Anyway, next time you do the belt, frickin' do it right. Actually look at the research and see that you all botched and screwed up. Anyway, please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for it. Let me know what you thought of Hall of Champions Series 2 Ron Simmons. I think I'm only one of the few people that probably freaking criticized this figure for the belt and for what attire he was wearing when he actually won the championship. They got the Batista right, they got the Undertaker right, they got the Rikishi right, they got the Eddie Guerrero wrong, and but I don't know. Down the road, I think I'm probably done doing wrestling related videos for right now. Till it starts getting a little bit more closer to WrestleMania. It's probably pretty much getting close to that, but I'll start cranking up some more wrestling stuff. Probably in March I'll be cranking up some more wrestling videos, but I think this will be the one of the few last ones I do until I start cranking it up in March to prepare for WrestleMania. That'll do it. Very disappointed with you, Mattel. You freaking botched something that everybody was looking forward to. And you just took it and butchered it and botched it. Catch you guys later, and hopefully this video wasn't too long, but I'm pretty sure it was. And I've been trying to make a habit of making my videos short, but until next time, catch you guys later. Peace out.